Hey guys and girls, I'm James and welcome to my channel. Today we're taking a look at the just released DJI Mini SE at the price of $299. That just seems crazy. There's never been anything in the $300 range that even comes close to this in the video capabilities and the performance of this drone and how easy it is to fly. So you may be saying, why would DJI come out with the Mini SE when they have the DJI Mini 2? Well, this one with the Fly More combo is twice as much as this one. And so, but this is the first time that DJI has ever stepped back in technology, because this one shoots in 4K and the DJI Mini SE shoots in 2.7K, which really, as humans, we always want to have the best, but 2.7K is more than what 99% of the people out there need. So let's go into a little bit of history. This kind of reminds me of 25 years ago today. Tiger Woods hit the golf scene in a press conference and said, "Hello world." Well, I kind of feel like that's what this video is about. The DJI Mini is saying, "Hello world" at $300. So golf was never the same after that day with Tiger Woods, and I don't think drones will ever be the same after the release of this drone. I think it's that important. But this is the first time DJI has ever stepped backwards. Well, first of all, they came out with the Spark, which is a really good little drone, but it was over 250 grams and had a short flight time, and it was a Wi-Fi drone, so it didn't have very good range. So then they came out with the Maverick Mini in 2017, which was a really good drone. Had a few little problems with it, but they got the bugs worked out. And then last year, in November of 2020, they came out with the Mini 2. Well, the new DJI Mini SE is a step backwards and going down, because it doesn't use the Oculus 2, so it uses the it doesn't use the Mini 2 controller. It goes back to the older controller that the original Mini had. With the only thing difference is these joysticks will fold off and go under. But honestly, I like this controller better than this one. Why? Because this is the bag for the Mini 2, where I can use my binocular bag, oops, but I can use my binocular bag and stick this controller in the Mini in this one, or you could even almost stick them in your pocket, which makes it very easy if you're on vacation or you're running around and you want to carry this little bag, and you can get some great aerial photography carrying something like this around. As I mentioned, this is the first time they've ever went backwards. So this is the Air 1 that they came out with. It was a really good drone. Then they came out with the Air 2, then the Air 2S. So they keep progressing and getting better as they put out the drones. Then they came out with the Maverick 1, which is still a really good drone. Then they came out with the Maverick Pro 2 and the Pro 2 Zoom, which I use every day in work. But this Pro 2 shoots amazing video and takes great pictures. And I'll do a comparison video between the DJI Mini, this Pro 2, and these Inspires behind me. Originally they came out with the Inspire 1, and then they came out with the Inspire 2. And you may be thinking, man, I wish I had an Inspire 2. Well, I'm telling you, this DJI Mini is going to do what 99% of the people out there need it to do. In 1908, Henry Ford released the Model T at a price of $835, which would be about $18,000 today. And but the closest car to it was the Mercedes, which was $4,500. Then the Pierce Arrow was $7,600. Well, it didn't have all the bells and whistles of the other ones, but it ran just as good and would get you from point A to point B just as dependable as the other ones. Well, that's kind of what this can do. The DJI Mini SE will get you what you need at a very reasonable price. And so who is this for? Who's it not for? I don't care if you have 100 drones, you want this drone, because at $299 you can put this in a lot of situations that you may not want to put your other drones in. And at $299 you want your first drone. I say get a mini drone first to learn the orientation of a drone, but then if you go get this drone, there's not too many people that are going to need a drone better than what this one is. And what a great way to get into the drone world. This drone will sit on a shelf just as good as that Pro 2 will. So in other words, if you go get a $300 treadmill or a $4,500 treadmill, they will both hang clothes just as good, right? Well, if you're wanting to get into the drone world, this is a great way to start at $299. So this will be a short video. I just want to talk about how important this drone is. We'll talk a little bit about the app, and we'll go fly it just a little bit, and I'll come back for a final review. But next I'm going to do a video on all the accessories that can come to it, and then I'll do a deep dive where we go really in depth with the camera settings and everything you can do, and the best things to get the full performance out of this drone at $299. And I'm going to compare it to a lot of the drones out there and show you that this thing is amazing. So it doesn't have obstacle avoidance, but to me obstacle avoidance is overrated unless you have the Skydio 2. The other drones will crash and you don't want to trust the obstacle avoidance. So just learn how to fly it really well and you'll be amazed what this thing can do. So let's go over the app and let's go put it up in the air. All right guys, as you can see, the box comes in a little bit different than the Maverick Mini and the Mini 2. So when you open it up, it comes with salt, don't eat that. I saw in some other videos it came with a really nice bag. Mine didn't come with that. I got mine from B&H Photo. I wonder if that's if you order it directly from DJI. So the controller is not exactly like the other controller for the DJI Mini 1 because the joystick's tucked underneath. So the first time you turn on the DJI Fly app and you start up the drone, it's going to take you to this screen to activate the DJI device. So you hit agree, confirm binding account, and I have my email address in there. Activation successful. Now you see up here, it's going to tell you automatically that you need to update it because even when it's shipped, they're automatically doing updates. It'll tell you as it's downloading, it'll tell you right here how long it's going to take. So as it's updating, be sure and leave the drone on and the controller on and leave everything connected. If you turn it off, it'll stop updating the software because it's not just updating the software in the controller, it's updating the software in the drone. So again, as with any DJI product, it's a short press and then a long press, and you wait for the 4 lights to light up, and then it'll boot up. Gimbal will go through its rotations of just setting everything. So when you first open the app, you're going to see that the camera's on, and you'll see down here, it'll say storage not available because it doesn't have an SD card in it. So you want to use an SD card and you want to make sure it's the right speed, and I'll go over more of that kind of stuff in the deep dive. And you slide the SD card in. There we go. Now we have 99,000 pictures available. So it says take off with caution, no GPS, and over here it'll tell you how many satellites you have. It shows you how it's connected, your battery life, and how far away. Over here is your height and your distance. I'll go into a lot of this when I do a deep dive, and here's where you switch between photo, video, and quick shots. And you can only enter quick shots when you're going out. And then down here is where you access your photos that are on the video card. So let's take her outside and put her up for a flight. Okay guys, all this video I'm going to shoot from the drone in a minute is going to be in 1080p. And if you know about video, like 2.7K means 2,700 and 4K would be 4,000. So 1080p is almost 1/4 of 4K and a little bit more than 1/3 of 2.7K. So this is almost 1/3 of the resolution of the drone. I'm not going to do a bunch of flying around. It's kind of like watching a home video from somebody. There's so much drone footage out there, but this DJI Mini SE handles just like any other drone. It flies amazing, flies perfect. You never have any doubt that it's going to perform perfectly. Does really good in high wind. So this one has the same wind rating as the Mini 2, which is a 5. If you watch my other video when I shoot at Sedona, Arizona, last of my birthday, I went up to the top of these mountains and I was going to fly my FPV, but there were so many people up there, I didn't want to bother them. So the DJI Mini is so quiet, I flew it instead, and there was 20-mile-an-hour winds, and it did amazing. I mean, there's no shutter from the gimbal at all because it's a 3-axis gimbal. So this is all shot in 1080. So here I'm up about 400 feet, or actually 379. I don't want to lose my Part 107. If you stick something on the internet and they can prove that you're over 400 feet, they can take my certificate from the FAA away. But look at this clarity at 1080p. It's just amazing. It's rock solid. It's not a windy day, but it doesn't even matter in the wind with this drone. Again, it flies for, they say 30 minutes. You're going to get about 25 minutes, but I mean, 25 minutes is a lot of time to be up in the air. So yesterday, me and my wife, we went kayaking and took the SE out on the river. A lot of fun to fly, especially with that accessory of having those floats on the bottom. I've never had any problem flying above water with any drone. So legally, you're supposed to stay in visual line of sight, which is really hard with the Mini because it's so tiny, and if there's any trees around, it can get behind those trees in a hurry. So if you do, just start practicing looking at your phone. And if you're scared at all, just go higher and you're not going to hit anything. And then you'll see on the map, there's a direction that shows you how to get back to home. So thanks so much for watching my review of the DJI Mini SE. Again, this is a short video. I'll do a deep dive later. But so who is this drone again for? Like I said, it's for everybody. I can't imagine anybody out there, your grandmother or even children probably 12 and under are going to want this drone. You don't have to register it with the FAA because it's under 250 grams, which is going to be real important once a remote ID comes out, but that's a story for another day. So this is a great drone. Film weddings, your kids' soccer games, take it on your family vacation. Imagine how much better your photography is when you can get aerial images with this thing. Really impress your friends, have a lot of fun at $299. So should you buy one? No, buy two. Give one away, then people will really like you. No, really. At $299, I think this thing is going to be around for a long time. They may improve it, but I can't imagine them improving the price on what this thing is. So if you got something out of this video, please like and subscribe. As always, subscribers mean everything to this channel, and I'll see you in the next one.